Hey guys, Al Escobedo here with CrossbowExpert.com. I got in my hands the new for 2024 TRX515. It's a 515 foot per second crossbow from TenPoint. It's got the new ACUSlide MAXX crank system on it. A lot smoother, quieter. I'm going to show you guys real quick how to cock and decock with the new ACUSlide MAXX. So just like the standard ACUSlide, you're going to put your crank handle in. Put a little tension on that until you get tension, and you can hit this button here. What that button does is releases the trigger lock latch. Once you got the trigger lock latch up, you put a little more pressure, then you just start going back. Take it out, clip it on. Make sure you get that string nice and tight clipped on in there. This particular model uses the new TriggerTech system that has a safety built into it, but if you're familiar or using one of the older TenPoint bows with the ACUSlide, you got your anti-dry fire hook that hangs down in front of the trigger lock latch. So then a lot of times guys will get it stuck on there. So just make sure you push that, make sure it's nice and tight against the string and that it's fully seated. Now that we got it fully seated, we simply just stick our crank handle back in, start cocking the crossbow. I don't know if you guys can tell through the video or not, with this ACUSlide MAXX, cleaned up a little bit of play. It's a lot smoother, it's quieter, super easy to use. You go back till you see that trigger lock latch will bump up a little bit, and come back down, hook onto that pin. So now that you're in that position, what you're going to do is you're going to take your crank handle, you're going to go one full turn backwards, decock it one full turn. You're taking the pressure off of the cable that's holding the crank system and putting all the pressure on the trigger lock latch. That's what that is designed to do. So you got one full turn out, you take your crank handle off. On the back here, you got this button. You're going to hold that gear lock button and unscrew this little silver piece until it stops. It's that simple. You're going to load your arrow and you're ready to shoot. Now you sat in the woods for a couple hours, you didn't have a chance to shoot that buck of a lifetime. Before you head to the truck, we're going to decock the crossbow. Again, super easy system. You're going to take your crank handle, reinstall it, put a little bit of pressure on there. When you got pressure on the crank itself, that trigger lock latch will move again. So you lift that up and you start decocking. Once you get past that trigger lock latch, there's no need to keep your finger on that spring system there. Now you just let it back down. It's easy as that. You're taking the pressure off the bow. You're taking all that extra pressure off the bow, saving yourself a lot of time, money in the maintenance and life of the bow. And you can find the TRX515 at CrossbowExpert.com.